Good seeing you, man.
Good seeing you.
It's gonna
Take
be
care,
fun,
guys.
man. I'm telling you. So you and I will meet. I'll talk to you over the weekend. You and I will meet like sometime on Monday and hash some stuff out. Sound good?
That work.
Awesome.
Take care, bro.
All right, see you.
Yeah, I just pinged Mike
All right.
in the group here, so yeah. There we go.
That was a very productive meeting.
Yeah, I'll just hope that when we get the Google share, I can read through everything that Steven and the other ones have written.
Thanks, Dragger.
And now I need to log into Twitch and all that stuff here, so yeah.
Repurposed
Thanks, Moose.
freighter drifts through space.
Yeah, we're only gonna have a hype train.
As you stare
Jeez.
out at the star-flecked void, another ship
Unbelievable.
comes in. Wait, is this sci-fi? I thought we agreed on a World War II campaign. Oh, did we?
I don't have time to shout everyone
cool.
out
I can
in
pivot.
Discord, so I'm not gonna do it.
The smell of smoke curdles in your nostrils.
Hold
Hold up, I thought we were prepping for a zombie apocalypse campaign.
Let me go and just.
All right, here's what we're doing. It's the year 3700. Humanity's elite fled to other planets long ago, taking with them all forms of advanced technology. Earth survivors scrape by with historic tools as weird phenomena plague abandoned nuclear sites. Witnesses report seeing glowing lights and the dead rising from their graves. And amidst the chaos, three strangers will meet in a dim bar. A veteran zombie slayer, a disgraced general out for revenge, and a space mercenary sent to investigate the power plants. Now describe your characters. How
I have
did
the
you
Castling
do
Crusade
that?
t-shirt for the
Oh, nice.
I have the right
Siege
tools
month.
for the job.
It's a couple. It's Summer of Siege.
Yeah, Summer of Siege.
Yeah,
so,
Chuck's
yeah.
gonna run something on my channel coming up down the
Oh,
road.
cool. Yep. So I thought I should have had it yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to dig it
Thanks,
out of
Cal
the
Stuff.
closet. So I thought I'd put it on today and then wash it again and then put it on. But if people wonder why I have the same T-shirt like 4 streams, is that I usually change for these for the stream. I don't have I have other T-shirts that I wear and get sweaty the rest of the day, so to speak. So I usually change to something, and then I have my crappy old T-shirts.
Sound check, everyone. Sound check. We good on sound?
Yep.
Awesome.
Hello, Carl Stuff. Yeah. There we go. Open up stuff here.
A story
Okay.
once spoken is ageless. The dungeon imagined.
I sent
without
Rick a
end.
message saying that we were on
The
here
curious
too.
are the ones most courageous. The tree that endures has to bend. From stillness, the mad mage is stirring. From countless voices, the castle takes shape. Zagig will test the enduring. Those unlucky
Hey, Keith.
will never escape.
Just waiting for some people to come on here a little bit. Wolf, thank you. See if we can get over that level 2. Oh, let me do the giveaway. I'll put the giveaway up. Too much going on. What button next? That one? Hopefully that was the right button. I can't shout out to everyone. I'm just going to shout out to a little bit. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for being patient. We had a big meeting with Luke Gygax for our project. So that went very well. We're gonna get this done. Man, that'd be great to have it at Gamehole Con, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think we can do it. We can do it.
But for once, I don't feel like I have the biggest burden, so...
No, yeah, absolutely.
Yep. But depends. If we're lucky, we can get some new cool maps for it that never been published before. We'll see. Yep.
Thank you for hitting us up. Oh, Patrick, thanks. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome, dude. Hope you're doing okay. We're waiting for our guests. Rick will be on. I don't know when, but he said he would be on. That is... I'm not shouting out everyone. I just don't have the... I don't have the amount to be able to do this. Whoops. Hope you're all doing well. Let's get the top people here. Wow, thank you. Well, I'm doubling the giveaway already, so we'll do that. Almost at level 3.
So,
You okay?
yep, I'm okay.
I'm looking for Mike.
Yeah. Can't see him yet, so yeah.
That's right. We got this to start off.
Yep.
Right. Hyping it up. Thank you. Hey, Sparky. All right, I'm coming live. Yeah, thank you all. Let me hit the hype buttons here. All righty. Thanks for all being really understanding. Anna and I had a big meeting with a couple other people in the Gygax for our special project that's going on. So it's exciting, really exciting. What's up, Mike?
Hey, perfect.
Perfect timing. Good to see you, Mike. Also, some great news. Rick Miller should be on tonight before we're finished, so we get to go over his, his book as we go. So, how's everyone doing? Welcome to another week. A lot of content as we just keep on cranking things out here. Just note, I'm still putting together all my stream stuff. It's good to see you all. Thank you for the hype train. The giveaway's going. Winner will get their choice of two. Two PDF, two classic D&D reprints. Let me bring up. I'm trying to get out everything here. One more. Okay, Valiant Edge. I'm talking to myself. Sorry about this. Just getting out books. All right, I got them all. I got the ones I needed. Mike, how you doing? All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an hour later, so
Yeah.
we'll see how the energy goes.
Oh yeah. Well, that's understandable. So thank you. Yes. So that we talked about, the goal is for GameHawk this Mel's guide. Yep. So that'll be good, especially if you're going to GameHawk. All right. So this will be out in soon. All right, so this is what we're going to do tonight. This is Rick Miller's Artifact and Magic Item Compendium. A lot of the stuff, I mean, it's in 5e, but we'll talk about some of our favorite magic items, where it is, like, because I'll go to my old school stuff, but it's all in here too. And when Rick comes, we're going to be showing us a lot more, or we may go right to it. So just know, we're just going to have some fun and talk about some magic items. Another announcement, I have something to do for work next Wednesday all night. So that Wednesday, we're off next week. Sorry about that. We haven't had a day off since my surgery, right? So we may be able to schedule another date, maybe Tuesday or something like that. No, because you got a game Tuesday, Mike. So yeah, probably won't. Probably next week will be a week off from Legends and Lore. So let's crank this.
2 games next week.
Nice. That's good to hear. So Magic, yes. So it'll be on DM. It's coming. Hey, Road Trick, good to see you. So another thing here. Let me Road Trick's on here. So I want to share something real quick. I know it's here. I got 2. You know how I've been reaching out to who I think are cool people in in other communities, trying to get them involved in our community in D&D, old school D&D with GREYHAWK. So we do have next Monday, Rogue Chick and Bella's Deadly on a session 0 for making up brand new characters for a Saturday game that week with Coco and Witch Star. So that'll be a week from next Monday, 9 p.m. All right. So just note that, everyone. It'll be really a fun time. That'll be another fun Saturday morning game. It'll start like at 11 o'clock next week. So. Alrighty, so let's talk about favorite girl. Fire Wand of the Soulwees, Calstead. You just throw it right out there, man. You just bang, So here, you want to start us off like that, Anna? What are your thoughts on this discussion?
That I'm eager to learn more than I have. Magic items is not something I've done. I love to make my little stuff here and there, but they don't play as much. I want them to play a much bigger part of my games than they have so far. I've been low magic when it comes to number of magic items, but they've been powerful at times. But no, Jay, you have 4 times more magic items in your campaign than I've ever had in mine.
Probably more like 10.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Or 10 times. Yes. Yeah. No, I've mundane stuff. In the Pathfinder 1 era, every character got like that +1, +2, +3 weapons and stuff like that. That was, but I didn't count that as magical. That was just better quality stuff, so to speak. But the other stuff I had things that were named that were different. But I'm starting to think about it more. So I'm getting there slowly. So I need this discussion. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
My players need to be in Anna's campaigns so they can see what a low magic campaign's really like. They always accuse me of not giving out magic items.
Yep. And also the other thing is that magic items are not something I'm hand out as treasure. Rarely. they have to earn it, meaning magic items, they are in the hands of someone powerful on their side or on the opponent's side. And the only way of getting them is by someone on your side dying and you inherited, or you killing someone on the enemy side getting it. They're not sitting around in some place to be found and then used so rarely. Or you get them in the beginning of the adventure because they want to equip you so you can manage to succeed. So I'm kind of backwards when it comes to a lot of stuff. So when it magic, so yeah.
So
Justinius, I'm tough when it comes to magic items. Yes.
See me, I'm a very high magic world. I mean, I have a lot of swords and weapons that are sentient and have special abilities on them. I love putting special abilities on shields and all sorts of stuff.
But it's rare.
Hey, Sage.
So I have it, but it's rare. So yeah.
So
it's a high power but low frequency world. Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that,
No, it's up to and I've been hesitant to get there. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
For me, the formula's worked, right? The formula for me has worked for 45 years, so I'm not going to change it.
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah. But, so here we go. So this is GREYHAWK Adventures first edition / second edition in that realm, and we're coming down here, and here we go. It should be coming up here. Here it is. Calstaff, the Fire Wand of the Sulwys. Yes, of course, Sage. Of course. All right, so. What do you say about this? This is not something you want to give it to your party, ever. All right, so
that's an interesting. Meaning, what are the roles? Some of the most obvious role of magic items is to equip the player characters. Another one is for your enemies to be powerful enough to deal with powerful characters. That's another one, and the third one is to basically have as a sort of currency instead of giving it's treasure that then they can use to buy things and stuff like that. But I think they can also be used to tell a story. They can be kind of legends and MacGuffins, I guess is the term in D&D terms, so to speak.
So it says that this wand may have been the device that caused the destruction of the Sul Empire going back in
that is kind of drastic that's more than the MacGuffin.
Yeah, but it says or may have been created to reproduce the event.
That's like a used car salesman pitch. This is one.
Yeah. It's like in the adventure we get the big nuke, that 100 megaton nuke.
Calstaff went right for the jugular on this one. It can summon a deadly fire to rain down in a 60-foot cube from a range of up to 80 yards. That's insane.
But now we're not talking devastation, so to speak. When you change yards into miles or tens of miles, then we can talk about 60.
in that area, Anna, 5 points of damage per round. There's no save. Immunity to fire doesn't do anything.
60 feet radius doesn't end civilization.
Right. But objects exposed to the fire must save its disintegration or be destroyed.
That doesn't. It's not civilization ending. Yeah, I'm going to say.
Well,
it's not ending civilization. That's no.
It's you put that on a building, everyone in the building's dead instantly.
Oh yeah, but you not end the civilization by burning down the building. That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's a little crazy.
But I love the description. Yeah. And I love the description, and it's cool to have magic items with those aspirations, even if they're only aspirational. Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I had a bunch of people follow in the last 8 hours.
Yeah, if it's a small culture, tiny small, but I mean in the Beclunish Empire or the Suluas Empire is not going to be destroyed by burning down the building.
Get caught up on. Thank you all for the level 4 or whatever we got up to hype train. It was really kind of you all. Really appreciate it. So
I have never used the Fire Wand of the Sulwys. Wonder why.
Yeah, but it's cool. Same here.
It's cool. I think that will be that will be fun. Send them to the Sea of Death, and they find it laying around somewhere in the hands of an old skeleton. That was
Oh my God.
Something, That could be fun. Or it shows up at the market in Kester and no one knows what it is, and they don't want to use it. They don't know the scribbling. Someone in all gets it from.
How about a cursed wand of the Sulwys?
Yeah,
it has a range of 0. Does the same area effect damage, but it's like where you're standing.
Only the user. Yeah.
Just emanates right.
Let's just stay on death and destruction here.
Oh yeah, that's
all
good.
right. While we're at it, here.
I like it. Yep.
Let's go to this great Roger Moore article. This is snipped out of a dragon.
Yeah, these are, to me, I'm torn. I love the idea somehow of the orbs, and I love the name, but I'm not sure I'm sold on the concept, so to speak. I'm not sure. I'm torn. I love it, and I don't know what the heck to do with it.
Well, they're originally in the original Dungeon Master's Guide under artifacts.
I know. Yeah. They've been on my radar since I started playing, and yeah.
So, a trivia question. When did I last use an Orb of Dragonkind in my campaign?
I think I've been...
you were involved, Anna.
Exactly. I was going to say, yeah, I feel like I was involved because
you were involved.
Yes. And we used it with Eric Mona game and stuff like that. No, okay, not that.
The first time you ever played with in one of my games.
Okay. Oh, was that with the Greyhawk, with the Greyhawk Dragon?
No, it was with the first ever fundraiser. It was it was St. Jude #1, where we raised $1,000. Now we're doing 33,000 right now. Yes, and I did number 8. I did not do the Eternal, the Orb of the Elder Worm, and if you remember, there was the ruins up in the Cairn Hills where there were 2 suspended animation, a white dragon and a red dragon guarding it.
Yep.
And who was searching for it? I'll give you a hint. Riding on a horse.
That's like 6 years ago, 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was it? Anyone remember? Hey, darling. Miracle the Chaotic. Yeah, it was a Miracle the Chaotic. You know, remember from the picture and the blasting people.
Miracle. See, Scott is.
Yeah, Miracle the Chaotic. That was our first ever fundraiser. You know, Marco went, Will went, and then I went, and that was it. We had 3 streams. And that very first one. Now we're at 7 years, and now we raised $33,000. So it's really grown.
It's a good use of a dragon orb. Yep.
Yeah, and that was it. And they got, and here's the orb. They all have unbelievable power. You're going evil touching these, right? There's no goodness about them.
So how? Now I don't remember exactly. So how wide are the powers? Is it 1 per evil dragons, 1 for good dragons, 1 for each color of a dragon?
No, it's not like that. It's based on each age bracket. Right, there's 8 age brackets.
Gotcha.
So there's
1
8
for the
orbs.
worms and 1 for the old ones, or like 1 for hatchling and stuff. Okay.
Absolutely. So this is number 7 that I used, which is you know, it's a lot, right?
Yep.
So, but we had a good time with it. But these things have abilities. You get a hold of him, and you can outright, if I recall. You outright kill a dragon just by pointing at it with it. It's just, here it is. Further, the user has a 10% chance each time its finger of death power is used of being slain along with its victim. So you're outright finger of deathing things, and it will kill you. It's just really nasty stuff. And I brought back a Miracle of the Chaotic during a fundraiser a couple of years ago. With a revenge plot on a Thursday night adventure. But I've never used another one of these Orbs of Dragonkind. But like I said, there are, and you can read up on them. This is the best. This is the one place to go.
It's a good article.
Yeah, this is a great article. And that's where.
But it's by Roger E. Moore, so we know it's good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Mike, you got any inklings on this? The Orbs are powerful.
Did a whole campaign on the dragon orbs
nice.
Back in 2E. It was a weird setup. They collected, I don't know how many of them, but there was multiples that they collected, and in the end they traded them into Tiamat for wishes.
Oh wow.
So it was kind of an evil campaign. So I gave them a bunch of wishes.
And she honored the deal?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Tiamat didn't want those orbs out there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's wasn't a quest to get them for any particular
Mhm.
reason except to cash them in for wishes.
Sounds awesome fun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's and your guys are used to the high powered adventure too, which makes it perfect, right? Same guys, same group normally.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. We've been known to. I don't understand why they say I don't give out magic items. Maybe they don't get to keep the magic items. I mean,
Oh
that's
my
what they complain
gosh.
about.
We got the
The
same. Yeah.
campaign is about them and then go away. Yeah.
Or maybe it's
Is
because
it
I always
230 cast
catch
staff? I don't know because I don't. You know,
230.
I snipped the whole article out.
Let's see if
Yeah,
I can find.
230. 230.
Okay, good.
Dragon 230. Yep, absolutely. A really good article. So, yeah, that was just one. Hey, let's bring it up while we're on death and destruction.
Mhm.
Yeah, a really great one there. So, maybe Rick did not get out of work. Oh, here he comes. All right.
Orbs.
All right. So, go ahead, Mike or Anna. Bring up something you'd like to discuss.
I was like thinking more like in different types of items. When we go into, meaning we have weapons and swords
Hmm.
is one obvious category, kind of the most iconic of all, and has its own section with intelligent weapons and all that. But armor is another one that I think is underutilized in a lot of sense, and also I'm thinking in third edition, it was like the golf bag. You had all these different things that you can type of properties you can put in, and you can also make them out of materials. So you can kind of combine properties and material for really cool stuff when it comes to armor. So that's something where I want to see more like it's a plug and play. You can put in what kind of effects can you have on an armor, what kind of materials and what the combinations of it, and then have some sort of limitation, meaning an ingredient that is hard to find. It takes so much skill to make it, so on. So that the reason why they're not everywhere, so to
So
speak.
like
But
adamantite
yeah,
plus 3 plate profane,
exactly. Meaning it can
uh,
only be
It was
mined
insane
at
back
certain
then.
depths down to only dwarves and a
lawful.
few do it. So you have to bribe a
Yeah.
dwarf clan to give you enough to make an armor, or you have to use dragon scales or demon
So,
skin or something cool. Yeah.
if I recall, Anna, you were big on Neverwinter Nights, the third edition one, right? With the arcane
Yeah.
archer running around playing that computer game.
Yeah. Well, I played Dungeons and Dragons online, and that was my big
Okay,
gig when it
because
comes to it. And then you had a golf. There was third editions. You had like a golf bag of different magic items. So it was like having the 9 iron sword and the
yeah,
whatever weapon for the job, so to speak. And that's the thing. I'm wary of having too precise, so to speak. It's like you, they should be generic enough that they can do a decent job, but you should also have some that are purposely built, like dragon slaying stuff and so on. So yeah.
I'm gonna do one from that event, that computer game. Two
Mm-hmm.
actually.
Yeah.
One was called Storm Armor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now it wasn't. I don't think it was Storm from Forgotten Realms. I could be wrong on that, but the Storm Armor was plate mail. If anyone played Neverwinter Nights, you'll remember this. And it had fire and cold resistance
Mm-hmm.
on it. But if you got hit with both at the same time, that was its weakness. The armor, it could
Yeah.
crack. It could all just shatter. So that was
Mm-hmm.
the drawback. If someone casts a cone of cold and a fireball on you in the same round, then it would be a problem. That was one of them I remember from that. The other one was called
Yeah.
Union Mage Leathers, which was like a special kind of armor, almost like a bracer's defense armor that a magic user or a spellcaster who normally couldn't wear armor could wear this armor. And I actually have one of my characters, Amelia's got that. Who's in the it's in the Shieldlands. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they're the two I remember from that game because there was a
Yeah.
lot of unique armor
Mm-hmm.
dropping in that Neverwinter
Yeah.
Nights game. Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
one obvious thing with magical armor is that they might not protect you more, but they might be lighter, more silent, and stuff like that. So they make sure you can use dex bonuses and stuff like that. They don't impede your skill use and things like that, spell casting abilities and stuff. So that might be there are other benefits you can have from them too.
Let me see if I can find the actual picture of this one. I don't think I can. I got stuff all over the
Yeah.
place.
One of the things that I think is underutilized in D&D, not so much in old school because it was barely developed, and that is armor and magic items that protect you from senses. It was so rudimentary in old school. It was like invisibility or because you there were so few senses. But if you have a system or rule set that it has more types of senses, that means that you can have different types of magic that hides you so you can be invisible in various parts of the spectrum, so to speak. And that could be, I think, something that could be interesting too. So you're not like invisible across the whole shebang, but you might be invisible to certain things. So you might appear. Then third edition you had etherealness, for instance, so you became like a ghost-like and stuff like that. So there are
What's up, Michael?
things that you can play with in those realms that I think is really cool in magic items.
So this
Hello.
this is a picture I found that I thought would work.
Mm-hmm.
I'll explain it in a second. This comes from the legendary adventure Fortress Elendar, which is on my wall of fame, which is not a D&D adventure, but this is a GREYHAWK item because it's in my GREYHAWK. This is called a Shield of Prey.
Yeah.
It's only a +1 shield. This is a unique item. But when you go into combat, the bird's talons come out of the shield and attempt to grasp who you're fighting, which adds +3 to your to hit. So it's a +1 shield with +3 on your melee combat. Now you got to have weapon and shield out. I thought this was a great, cool item back in the day. In fact, Lord Gazum himself has this, has the Shield of Prey because he went through Fortress Elendar when Tim ran it. So there you go. That was a really cool, unique shield item that it's not really there's no spells associated with it, but it's the shield itself, and it's only a +1 shield, so it's offering decent armor, but it's got a really cool thing to your attack. So yeah, Qualish stuff too, BB. There's a lot of armor stuff. I mean, a ton of it. So ethereal plate mail was one. Yes, it was. Also, the things I hated, Calstaff and those unearthed arcanas were the anything items. I banned them. I just think no, these things are ridiculous. Remember them, Mike? They were so terrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Stealth armor, Jeff. We have studded leather of shadows in the game, where they can wear it, or even leather armor too, which enhances your thieving abilities, all sorts of stuff like that. So what's up there? Yep. Thanks, Calstaff. I'm glad you and Mike agree with me on those anything items. So yeah, very, very cool. All right, let's. Hey, Star. Star's playing the next 2 weeks. In my Saturday. So
and also we have, when we talk about destruction and end of the world like we did before, we have to mention the Theor parts from the Gord books, because they are kind of a GREYHAWK rings of Mordor, or that's like the ring from Middle Earth, so to speak, and in GREYHAWK terms, because it's so similar in that sense that it's
Pubic Dad's on, Anna. I haven't seen him. We haven't seen you in a long time, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah.
Good to see you, man. That's awesome. So I
just thought mention it because it's one of these classic big MacGuffins over the top kind of magic items that is not only campaign ending, but it's supposed to be world ending.
Oh, what do we got here, Mike?
and stuff. So
I have a post for everything.
Of course you do.
Oh, awesome!
Giant Slayer sword, and no good against demons. Don't you hate that? So a quick story. I really I did something. It wasn't mean. I mean, you haven't done a mean thing. No, well, it was funny. Thanks, Patrick. So what happened was the following. I gave Tim to Truly, Tim from Stronghold Tim's Paladin. He got a Black Dragon Slayer, right? I think he used his bastard sword. So they go in this one, this adventure. This is not that long ago, and he sees a dragon come in the opening, very last encounter, and he charges it. It looks dark, and he goes up to swing at it. Now, even a black dragon will still do double to any other dragons, but it'll do triple to black. Well, it turns out it was purple. He's like, that's just mean, dude. I'm like, it's what? What are the odds of you coming?
You told that to him just before, as he was within reach of the dragon,
Yeah.
and he was supposed to hit it, and the
No, it was
dragon
purple,
could hit
wasn't
back.
black. Yeah, of course
Yeah,
I did.
damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was awesome. But
Yep.
yeah, so those are cool items too. All right, Mike, give us an item you love. Hey, Curtis. Yeah, we're on late,
Love.
just everyone. We just because we had a meeting with Luke, which went great.
Items I love. Well,
Yeah, a unique item
I-
or a legendary item you love.
I wouldn't say the ones. So the ones I was looking into are not ones I would say I'd love. I was looking for some obscure stuff, of
That's
course,
fine.
and along the lines of what you guys were talking about earlier, armor. So
Yeah,
Carl
cool.
Sargent did some Fiend armor
Oh yeah.
in Dragon 206, and which I was quite surprised at rereading it about how it comes in chain and plate mail varieties, +1, +3. It gives you the immunities of a demon. So like half
Nice.
damage against cold, gas, immunity to poison and fire, and like 2% magic resistance per character level. That's quite powerful.
That is powerful with the magic resistance. Absolutely. I
Of course,
agree.
you have to be evil to wear it, so that keeps player characters potentially from ever using it. But I thought that was an eye opener.
Does it really stop them? You know, I'm going to show another one. This is from one of the most iconic covers of all time with Igwolf and Grazitz, and Igwolf wearing this item. So this is a cloak, right? And this is on the same realm of demons, and this is Fiend's Embrace, right? So we all know the cover I'm talking about now, right, Anna?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So and the adventure's name in that dungeon is Fiend's Embrace as well. This is actually in Altamira right now. Gilthanus Markham of the Night Stalkers wears it, and he wears it around town just flaunting it because he's chaotic neutral, chaotic stupid. So he does a lot of that crazy stuff. But yeah, it's gonna eventually probably turn him to the dark side. But he's one of those characters that no one cares. He's one of those. He's like Fritz. He's a chaotic neutral character, but whatever happens to him, right, Curtis. So that's what's going on right there with
I can
this.
also see that some of it might be war trophies. They worn
Yep.
by the meaning you can even see. I can see a good leader wearing a trophy taken from an evil, like a demon, killing the demon and turning it into a armor that he can use, so to speak, just to show off that I killed this demon and I'm wearing it. It's the reverse of an evil one taking the skull or building the throne of paladin, the bones of paladins or something like IUS is supposed to do. So I can see in a fantasy world that you steal trophies literally of the other side, so to speak. You
Oh,
can,
100%. I agree.
yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah. Maybe not the lawful good ones, but chaotic good. Or I can see some like person in all killing a demon and wearing the armor as a just to show off, so to speak. Don't care what the alignment of that thing was, but I killed it, so now I can wear it. Yep.
100%. But that's a good one there. Fiend armor is always a good thing.
Yep.
So a good one to go over.
And that goes for a lot of monster things like dragon scales, fiend armor, lots of cool stuff like that. And that's the other thing, meaning crafting is one of these things that D&D has been weak when it comes to crafting for the most part, but it's something that there are various house rules, third-party supplements, and even official rules here and there, but it's something that D&D has traditionally been weak on the crafting side, but I think it's something that it's a cool way of getting your magic items. You can build a campaign around crafting or adventures around
That
it.
might be the reason why it's weak now.
Yeah.
Because who wants to play, the wizard wants to make an item for himself. Who wants to play an adventure that's centered around that guy? It's a quest to.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's something you should weave in. You should not make the whole adventure around it. You should kind of, but I think crafting is something that you can make
I had
fun.
more fun doing the crafting rules back when I only had a couple players at a time.
Yeah.
Bigger table, you just don't have time for that kind of minutia. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. There's only so many hours in a day with real life, Mike. You know
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah,
You do your best on it.
yeah.
All right.
I think that when it's worked the best is when you do it downtime, when you do it between sessions. It's a downtime activity. You go out and find it and do it. And then if there is an encounter, you run that as a quick session for an hour, resolve that thing, and then move on. So do it downtime is and crafting is something you should do
Combos.
between sessions, like a play by post thing between sessions. Yeah.
Whatever the combo thing is, everyone, I don't understand it yet. So whoever's
No
comboing
idea.
it up, please, that's great. I
I've
just don't.
never heard
I
of
don't
it,
know what
but
it does. So bing, bing, bing. Yeah, I got hearts all over the place. That's just wonderful.
okay, that's
I
cool.
don't even
Yeah.
know what it is. I don't know how the combos work. So all right. So another thing. Now this is a named item in my campaign as well. So and it's GREYHAWK. So this is a prelude to the Hateful Wars scenarios I did last year during my 24-hour stream. And I took Coco Bunny's character, Fawnlin, and she actually came across in one of the pre-adventures the spirit of her mother who died with Prince Triseren. Okay, in a Hateful War scenario, and I ran that later on where she played her mother. But she found and got, and this is on, she actually gave this to Maram, but here it is, Amnestria's spear. The name of the spear is Epiphany. And here's just the stuff that I put on it. So, I mean, and there's no reason why you can't create your own unique GREYHAWK-based magic items here. It's +2 spear, adds an extra point of lightning damage, so it like sparkles, which is kind of cool looking, right? It does a spark shower once per day, which is like the spark shower from A Ring of Shooting Stars, right? And then and they get saved for half damage. So there you go. Very simple, but a nice, cool, unique item that is now in my campaign. That there's a lot of history to it. So simple stuff. Right? And there's Maram, the half-orc monk, as he calls himself, the worst monk of all time. But that's a cool way to create a unique magic item on your own. So where does this go? So the dude's bongos is your vote. Yeah, I did make them up too. Curse, I promise at the end I'll share those. It shouldn't be a problem. So what is all this? Like, there's all this stuff now. Lorgazum's community sent 15. Whatever's happening with it, thank you. I don't understand it. I don't understand the combos yet, but I really appreciate it. Whatever's happening down there. Something's happening on that heart box. So
yeah. I just want to mention that the Rick Ducarthan, he has the tripartite artifacts. The Theoparts of Evil are in his compendium.
What
so
page?
It's awesome. 164.
What's it called? What?
The tripartite artifacts of all evil, Theoparts of Thuristan.
Oh.
Yep.
And where's that
The
reference?
Awakener, Unbinder, the Initiator.
164. Where's the original? Where do they originally come from?
They're the Gord books.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, that you haven't read. They are the ring of GREYHAWK. It's like Sauron's ring, but GREYHAWK. Yeah, it's Thuristan. It's the magic item in GREYHAWK, according to Gary. Wrote the whole books. All the books are about it. The first 3 books are solely about these magic items. They are like the Ring of Middle or the Sauron's ring in Lord of the Rings. They have
that's awesome.
That heavy, so to speak, in Gary's. And then the rest of the books are the aftermath and the politics that came after that. But these 3 items are Tharistan's tools to end the world, basically. Yeah.
The Awakener. So, go ahead, Mike. You going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to say those 3 items were the topic of my first cultist comic.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yep. So they are, yeah.
Have they ever been put down in stats anywhere until now?
Oh yes, they were written down in 3rd edition. There were several different versions of them in various books and stuff. The Regalia of Evil and various others. And and I must give Rich a good shout out because he has various versions of this in his compendium here. This is the most complete set of all the descriptions, I think. If you look through Dragon magazines and 3rd edition books, you find several different. They are the regalia of the might, the good ones, the evil ones, the neutrality ones, and there were various attempts to take the idea from Gary's Gord books into regular D&D, so to speak.
We're getting all sorts of goofy. Hey, have fun with the combos, everyone. I have no idea how to set or do it, but that's funny. So
I'm trying to
enjoy.
figure out how to mute them, but I don't think that you can.
Oh, I have no idea. It's just something that pops up in chat.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
pretty funny. All right, well, that's good to know that they're here.
Yeah, and
Good
they
ones.
are of GREYHAWK fame, so to speak, because of the Gary's book, Gord books. Yeah.
Oh shoot! You know what? I thought I was over here showing it. So there you go.
Yeah, they might. I'm not so sure I'm sold on the art, particularly when it comes to these.
Well, remember he's using a lot of AI art too.
Oh yeah, but that doesn't mean it not need to be. Yeah, but that's the. But there are some other cool. The Crown of Erdi and the Orb of Rax are, in my opinion, really cool items. So, and the Staff of Naelax and stuff. I think these are really cool because powerful factions like that ought to have powerful items. So I think they make a lot of sense.
So let's go here. Free Secret Rock box set.
Yep.
Oh, thanks, Patrick. Really appreciate it. Free Secret Rock box set. We're gonna go to wasn't that funny that Doug Niles did not remember he wrote the first book or had?
Yeah,
that was really surreal on Sunday night.
I was like, never been into GREYHAWK much afterwards or before.
Well, it could have been. So. It could have been that he wrote a couple lines and they go, "We got to put someone's name on this." Who knows?
That might have been too. Yeah.
My theory, Jay, is if you look at the authors of the other book, my theory is Carl Sargent wrote it then.
That might be
because he's the only one who could be prolific enough.
Yeah.
But Rick Rose would have told us that when Rick was on.
Oh, but maybe Carl wrote it by
separately.
Himself. Yeah.
And put Doug's name on it.
Well, he might have turned in the manuscript and Doug put it together or something, and someone put his name on it. You never know. Yeah.
Books
very similar.
I mean, you have to know what's in one book to write the other book, and vice versa.
No, you're
so
dead
that's
on.
why I feel like it's the same.
And
author.
also, Carl was in England somewhere, so meaning it might have got edited, got around, and Doug summed it up, got it put together, and someone slapped his name on it.
It's so weird.
And TSR was not the best functioning company in the world at the time either. We know that. So yeah.
Yeah. So this is my favorite named adventuring group of all time, the Fellowship of the Torch, right? First scalable item that I know of in GREYHAWK ever is the Torch of Anaxander, right? So this is a minor artifact they found in one of the cairns, right? So and it's probably in the 5th edition book, but I like going to the old stats here. So while Anaxander was like a paladin in his own right, he's owned his great. The torch was his greatest weapon. Only a fighter or priest of lawful good alignment may bring the magic of the torch into play. So it gives you a phylactery of faithfulness, +4 on saving throws versus spell-like effects, cure light wounds for creatures of good alignment, continual light once per day, and enables the holder to cast strength on 2 creatures. Now that it scales though, so if you go to From the Ashes, she's got new abilities. I think she's got a multi-magic missile spell as she goes up in level. So a really cool item, and with their heraldry that Anna helped me make, I put the torch on their shield because that's around what the what the group is based off of, known for, is this torch. So yeah, it says she carries the torch whenever a group goes on the adventure. Now remember, she's a dual class fighter magic user, human. So really cool item, and that is there. And I'm assuming it is in it is in Rick's book as well. So okay, who's next? Flopping around here.
I was going to say there's an artifact in Rick's list here, and that's the Lendor's Matrix that I'd never heard of. That's It's
in,
kind of cool. It's
the,
from the Scarlet Brotherhood
what
book.
what page is it on that?
124.
124.
Or 124 in the PDF and 117 on the page numbering.
Okay.
And it's Lindor's matrix. It's a thing that manipulates time, and you can put things in stasis, and you can lock them up in time, and yeah, and then you can add a couple of other minor and major, two minor beneficial properties, etc., like per the DMG rules that I think are still in 5e as well.
Yeah, Cal stuff. We're talking about unique magic items named.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's kind of cool
Which
because I'd never heard of
artifacts
it.
is kind of its own category.
it is. Artifacts is
yeah.
some of these.
Yeah.
Some of these are like I never even heard of this before, so I
Exactly.
want to
That's
hear
why
about
I
it.
was like,
Yeah.
I was going Lendor to see if there was anything that
Artifact.
Len did, and then Lendor's Matrix came up, and I was like,
Well,
uh-oh.
this has got to be.
But it's from Scarlet Brotherhood. Yeah.
So that's Sean.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, my brain shut off.
Reynolds.
Sean K.
Sean
Reynolds.
Reynolds. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, it's an hourglass.
Yep. Or kind of a mirror thing or something, like a prism.
Oh, good. It casts a time stop. Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can do all sorts of cool things. You can.
Yeah, that's an artifact.
You can capture people in stasis
Oh my gosh.
and various
How they
things like
escape
that.
the ring of colorless fire.
Yeah. So you can. Yeah. So it is a powerful kind of thing that you can. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
it's got some random properties that aren't listed here.
Exactly, it's one of these that you can like it was in old school. It's the same thing in 5e. You can assign, so you can build your own version of it, so to speak.
I'm glad he put these in and referred.
Yeah.
Did references.
Yep.
Excellent. All right, let me do this. All right. Let's go here. There you go, Cal Staff. We'll go here. Look at that. I went right to it. There it is. Daeud's Wondrous Lanthorn hanging right there, right above Drelsna, who I still regret to killing this, in this first adventure to this day. So there is that. And basically it is a big prism almost with multiple lenses, and each lens has very special powers in it. The end of this adventure is a lot of isn't the codex in here too? There's a lot of really crazy things in here. Yeah, here's Dad's Wondrous Lanthorn. It's in the back of the module here. But let's see here. It's the Demonicon of Vigwolf is in here. Yeah. So let me see if I can find the Lanthorn in the back here, what it does, and all the different. I know it only comes, I think, with two of the glasses. So there's a bunch that are missing. Oh, also here's the Prison of Zagig's in here too. First sighting of that ever is another really cool item, which you would never want to get trapped in there because you could be in there forever and without food or water and still survive. There's a Prison of Zagig in what adventure? One of the last adventures ever written too. So Lanthorn, I think. But then again, I hack everything. So yeah, I think it's Lanthorn instead of Lantern. Yeah. So don't know, but a cool item. Like I said, one of the best pictures ever.
And
so
I'm actually working up to playing that module in my Pearland campaign and trying to figure out what the use for the Daeud's lantern would be. Like in this module, you're hired by outside of Pearland. I think it's Bissell hires you to go in there. So I'm trying to figure out a different angle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and also, are you going to run Tharsden?
Yes.
You should run Tharsden first.
So I might not get to Lost Caverns.
Yeah. Yes. They may go poof. Yeah. But definitely run Tharsden. Awesome. Yeah, Lanthorn. Who knows? Who knows how to pronounce things?
Mm-hmm.
So I will get you the VIP thing at the end there, Pubic. So Alrighty, Anna, you got something for us?
Yeah, I have another from another. You brought up one classic adventure. There's another one that is set kind of shoehorned into Greyhawk. That is, and that's the Tomb of Horrors, where you have the Mask of the Devourer from
Ah,
there. That is also on page 128 in the PDF here. And we know all what it looks like because it's the most famous illustration from D&D ever. Is that demonic face from Tomb of Horrors? That's the mask of.
that's not going anywhere either. So, right?
No, but it's set here. It's a wondrous item
Wait,
that becomes a
what page
mask
did
that
you
you can
say?
put on. 121 or 128 in the PDF, or 121 on the page numbering.
Yeah, I just went there and it wasn't here. Oh, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, and that's the devil head, which has the
Yeah,
sphere
yeah,
of
which I
annihilation
think
thing.
it's yeah, and it's kind of cool because you see normally, and your mouth becomes basically that could
Hey,
devour
David,
anything. Yeah.
Prism and Zagig was an equal. Prism. It's in Lost Caverns of Showcance, David, but it's also in Expeditions Ruins of Greyhawk. There is a fey creature trapped in one in Expeditions on the lower level, and yeah. So there are two I know of. There may be others in other places too, but yeah. So
And I just wanted to bring it up because it's so
yeah, it's
the
so
image is so
iconic.
iconic. Yeah.
I wonder if someone ever tried taking it off and it's like, oh yeah, I'm going to take this and put it in my house on the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, because Rick he listed Tomb of Horrors as the source for it, so
He
it
put
might have
return
been.
down.
Oh, okay, yes,
He
that
has
might be
return to the
when.
Tomb of
Yeah,
Horrors.
that might be when they made it into an item that you can actually use. And the first one is just a statue, the hole in the wall, and you put the hand in, and you disappear, so to speak.
Yeah, it's also that in the
Yeah.
White Box book, a Great Greyhawk head. Yeah, absolutely.
That's
And
a mighty
the
cook.
orbs of dragonkind are in his
Yep.
compilation here too. So yeah.
Prisms. Yeah. So, alrighty. Okay, Mike, what do you got?
Well, what do we got? So
Yeah.
I was looking at some newer stuff, and this is actually in Rick's book, surprisingly.
Oh,
So
cool.
on 5E, Descent into the Lost Caverns of Socanth, which is essentially the first part, the lesser caverns of said adventure.
Yep.
Anyhow, on D&D Beyond, which is where I got this, the Descent thing, it was a special thing they did, I guess, last year. The module itself is normal, but they got 4 magic items in there that I think, at least according to Rick's book, you can find in the Infinite Staircase 5e
Oh,
or the
okay.
Descent thing. One's called Demon Skin, which is back to Anna's talking about armor. The demon skin's really interesting because it's this pot of like boiling oil or something, and like when you pour it on yourself, it becomes this skin tight armor.
Oh.
And so it'd be like you could wear normal
That's
clothes over, but
weapons.
you got the hardness of plate armor, right?
Right. I'm trying to
Which I
find it.
think's kind of a it's probably maybe it's overpowered, but it's the simplicity of it's kind of neat.
Do we know what page that's on, Mike?
Demon Skin.
Yeah, I know. It's all mixed up. I don't know if it's
I do
armor or
not know.
miscellaneous. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So, and what others are
So
items? That sounds cool.
what's weird is the module lists this 4 items, but they don't feature in the download, which is bizarre. So maybe they're in Quest of the Infinite Staircase. One of them is called Tasha's Creeping Keelboat, which is a kind of a cool idea. It's this little boat and it has 4 legs. So imagine kind of like Baba Yaga's hut.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Except
naval version.
Yeah, it's the naval version of that.
Yeah.
But so it's this boat that can go on water and land. It just
Huh.
totes around. That's it. That's literally it. It's a boat
Yeah.
that walks around.
It's one of these like the flying carpet that is like the classic
Yeah, you're
cool
just
items
showing
that
off.
yeah.
Yeah. All
Huh.
right. And then there's another one called Igwild's Horn,
Mm-hmm.
which I think is because
Up the
in the
mountain.
module you have that mountain,
Yep.
which is
Yeah,
called
that is named
this
the
horn.
Big Wolf's horn. Yeah.
But there's so someone created the literal Igwild's
So
Horn.
what do the Igwil's horn do?
It
Summon something
it
or
uh it casts three different spells: Fog Cloud, Gust of Wind, Web, and some other 5e spell.
that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you just blow it in and cast
Mm-hmm.
spells. Pretty
I
pretty
remember the
simple.
horn. Yeah, the horn of Valhalla that was in the original Dungeon Master's Guide, I think. Yep.
Hmm.
So yeah, those are a few of the interesting things I found 5e wise.
Yeah.
Um, now around that same time, they also put out a module, and this is in the new 2024 DM's guide. But they put out this module called Scions of Elemental Evil,
Right.
which was an adventure where Queen Yolandi of Selene sends the adventurers on this quest to take out some para-elemental cultists. And in this module, the pre-generated characters are the iconic characters from the D&D cartoon. And so it has stats on, the Hank's bow, the electric bow, and
Yeah. The heart.
Bobby the
Yeah.
Barbarian's club,
Shield.
and
The
all this stuff.
cloak.
So
That's cool.
does that make the D&D cartoon characters magic items GREYHAWK items now?
Kind of. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I thought they were
kinda
kind of
does.
Greyhawk related to begin
Well,
with. Meaning we have the evil dude
Yeah.
warlord and stuff from yeah.
but they all showed up in the recent movie. The whole group, adventure group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had
Yeah.
we had a
They're,
tangential maybe
they're
Greyhawk
planar
connected.
travelers. Yeah.
Yep.
So that kind of caught my eye because
Mm-hmm.
the premise of the adventure starts with Celine, and it does tell how you can do it for other campaigns. But I thought, hey, they just brought those magic items too. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Very good one.
There's
Excellent.
there's another one in in the Rick that Rick had found that I think is
Give me a page
mentioned
number.
yeah, page number 143 in the PDF, and that's the soul gem from Ghost Tower of
Tower.
Inverness and what his name, I forgot his name now, the Lord of the Tower there, and it's mentioned in other places too. It's mentioned in Crypt of Lysander the Mad,
Gallup
Rary the Traitor,
Dreidel.
Slavers, Ghost Tower of Inverness. So it's definitely tied to Greyhawk and the Soul Gem,
What
and it
number? What
comes
page
with
again was it?
it's 143 in the PDF, and page number is 136.
That's it. I just want the actual page number. All right, I got it.
Yeah, so it's kind of
That,
it's an artifact. So
it,
yeah,
it,
but
it's
but
so
it's cool
devastating.
because it's
Yeah.
yeah, but it's cool because it's tied into Greyhawk. It's one of these campaign
Yep.
altering whatever you can use as a to fight over for a campaign, not to equip a PC with, but it's a MacGuffin kind of major thing for the campaign.
Yeah. It was cool. I mean, that was a really good adventure. It just, as far as tournament style adventures go, it was one of my favorites. I mean, like, sorry, but
Yeah.
Tomoe-con is brutal. But I thought Ghost Tower was manageable. But
Well, it's
not,
also something that you can take the legend from this and tweak it into
Yep.
something cool too. So,
sure.
so yeah, yeah.
100%. Absolutely. Okay. Let's see what else we have here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that soul gem is bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eyes uses one too. Interesting.
Well, it's kind of when you reach a certain level, then you become a lich, or other creatures can put their life force in a phylactery, so to speak.
There's this, yeah, right. There's having a soul gem
Mhm.
or a magic jar, and then
Yeah.
there's the soul gem, which
Yeah.
that wizard, Gallup Dreidel is his name.
Oh yes, thank you.
He-
Yeah.
According to the module, he like sucked out the souls of I want to say 1 million souls. Like this
Yeah.
thing is,
Lo
he's
loaded
one
to
of
the
the,
gills.
That's
yeah,
like a phylactery
yeah,
pumped up a lot, so to speak. So yeah,
yeah. So this is like charge, it's like
yeah.
absorbs all these souls to
Hmm.
cast the spells.
All right,
Yeah.
let me see. So there's a lot of the named items in GREYHAWK Adventures. They're not necessarily unique because there may be multiples of them made, but they're so cool. And I know this one's not unique to my game because I know of two that actually exist, but still, it's one of my favorites. So let's go here, page 88, and that is the Black Arrow of Ayus.
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
yeah, so carved from the bone of a black dragon, this enchanted arrow strikes a +3 to hit and damage. Reappears in the owner's quiver each dawn after it's used. Once per day, the archer can call upon its deadly powers, causing the target to save versus death, magic, or die immediately. You gotta hit,
Hmm.
of course. So a good line creature save at -2. It doesn't say it's evil only use, so there's no reason it just won't be a minus on the save. Good characters can't utilize this for their
Yeah.
benefit. So yeah, so they've captured some of these. Some
Yeah.
of the good aligned people and like I said, it reappears. I love reappearing arrows, reappearing bolts. I love those. I have a lot of them in the campaign. Special one shot a day items, and then the next morning they reappear. And so that is that one, the Black Arrow I use. Yeah.
Yes, soul games like phylacteries, I think, are cool, and I have it in my rules that powerful beings that go into the divine, one of their powers is that they can transfer their life force into a phylactery, and liches do it too, and then you can have an aspect of yourself. So even if you get killed, as long as the phylactery is in the place, you can reform your presence, so to speak, or manifestation,
Yep.
and so that's one of the things, benefits of being divine, is that you can put a phylactery, but liches, they hijack that and use it anyway. Even if they're not fully divine, they can still use the same mechanics, and some other creatures can it too. And magic jar is just another version of it. So there's various magic that ties into the same thing, the power of gods in that sense.
Yes, Puppet. It is a cool item. I agree.
Yeah, yeah, and arrows are really cool in that sense, because they are limited, and you can either have them as one use items, or you can
Yeah.
have them as like reappearing, so you get a
Yeah.
control over them in that
Is that
sense.
supposed to be an homage to the Black Arrow from Hobbit?
That might be, yeah. There
It's
black arrows
possible.
in many stories. Yeah,
The problem is we are never going to know because we don't know who wrote what in this book.
yeah,
To this day, we just don't know.
exactly. Yeah,
So, yep. But that's one of my favorites out of here. Said all the stuff that is named in here, spells and all the items and all, really gave some Greyhawk flavor,
yeah.
which it needed at this point. So, and here comes Skagith all the way from.
Hello, yeah,
Thank you. I'll read. I'll read. I was switching
fellow
screens,
Swede.
so I
Yeah.
lost it here. So let me redo it here. There we go. Thanks a lot, Skagith. It's good to see you, man. Hopefully you're doing
Yeah.
well. We're talking some unique and named magic items of Greyhawk, having some fun here. Maybe Rick fell asleep or something, or he was exhausted. But yes, he
Yeah.
said, "I'm getting home early. I'll be on." And then
Yeah.
but he's coming on. He's coming on late in the month in June on Gab and at the end because the book that you see beneath me will be out on DM's Guild at that point. So yeah. All right. Let's think here.
I had there's one on page 149 that I think I need to ask Mike about
Yeah,
what
please.
they are as magic items, and those are the blades of Kurusk
Oh
that
yeah.
are from there. Meaning, are they crappy as magic items, or are they interesting, or what's your take on it? I've never used them or played the adventure, so
No,
yeah.
they're not. They're all like +3 or better swords.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
They
So
are
they're nothing.
also
Yeah.
got what do you call that? Resonating powers. So
Okay. Yeah.
more of them you get, the more powerful they are overall.
Oh, That is an interesting aspect. Yeah.
And I mean, thematically for the adventure, they're specially tuned to specific classes, but
Hmm.
that's easily kind of
Yeah.
massaged.
But
Like,
are they true artifacts in that sense when it comes to,
well,
or they're
that's a
just
good question. They definitely have the power set of an artifact, but I always
yeah.
just treated them as legendary swords.
Hmm.
Right. All of them
Yeah.
together is probably an artifact, right?
Also, when you have all of them, do each of them become more powerful as well
Well,
then? Or
I don't know about that specifically, but the whole point of it is you get all five and you can summon a
oh yeah,
god.
so you get like
Yeah.
yeah.
You can gate in.
Which is supposed to be Vatun, but I think why not? At least this is how I played in my campaign. Why not any Sewer deity?
Hmm.
Their backstory is Sewer origin
Yeah.
for whatever purpose. So it should be, if not gating in, it should at least be some kind of divine, not retribution, divine intervention,
Hmm.
which it would be like casting a wish spell or something.
Yeah.
All right. So let's stay on named weapons. You all know how much I love the story of Varnafane in From the Ashes, right in the Wild Coast. It's not far from Mistrine's land. It's not far from Narwhal, and it's supposedly there's a cache of dwarven weapons. Let's just tie this in. So I did an article in. Shit. Sorry. Oh, there goes Tim Head. We'll switch that out. Yeah. So I did an article in Earth Journal way back in the time, and I've named 4 of the 6 here. These are actually in my campaign long-term plot arcs. There are 2 still remaining. If you watched the last adventure I did with Ed Greenwood, everyone had a dream. And Jeremy, who's Tony Winslow Brill's fiance's character, his dwarf of Clangeddon, had a dream that one of these missing weapons was in a lair of a 2 dragons way up in the Lort Mills. It was a mated pair. I think it was a blue and a purple. I did in the dream. I have it written down from that adventure, but yeah. So there you go. Long-term plot arcing for maybe for the final 2 or one of the remaining 2, because this has been going on since From the Ashes came out all those years. So, or Fragorak. Well, Fragorak is right in Temple of Mental Evil, right? So if we can go right to TEE and all those what do you call it, swords are
Answering.
swords of answering. Yes, and a number one issue with that, right? And here is just the notes for it. I think this is actually from TEE, and I'd snipped it last time. I'm not sure where I got this actually. Yeah, the answer. It's an answering sword. So Fragorak changes. The problem with these weapons is there's names in the Arcana, and no one knows which one's which alignment. And then everyone's fighting over which sword's which alignment. Like I think Skater's chaotic neutral, but everyone says, "Oh no, it's neutral evil." I don't care. But Fragorak here says it's chaotic good, which makes no sense because it was the prince's weapon and he's lawful good, so he couldn't wield it. So there's all sorts of what alignment is each. Is it? Yeah, but Dragonheir he can't wield it then. Thrommel can't wield it, right? Unless his alignment's neutral good, and I'm not sure about that. So
okay, it's interesting because in the recap put the swords of answering that Fragarash is one of them,
yeah,
and there's what is it, 6 different ones or something?
no, there's
Yeah.
9. There's one for every alignment.
Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. There's so yeah.
What page? I don't know who's the
23.
223.
No, 23.
Oh, way up front, 23.
Yep.
I got close.
There's also Tenser's Bow of Steadiness there too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're from Return of the
Tenser's Bow, yeah, Arrows of Hunting, and yeah, Tenser has a lot of cool
He
stuff.
does. There's basically it's spell effects from that GREYHAWK Adventures turned into magic
yeah,
items.
so yeah,
Here he comes.
which is kind of cool. Okay. Awesome.
We're going till 9:30. Okay, we're going a half hour late than normal. Is that all right? Everyone, because we started
Yeah.
so late, and then we'll call it. So let's see here. You said 23, right? Here they are, the Swords of Answering. Oh,
Yep.
so he has Scather's Lawful Evil. Okay. What's up, Rick?
Hello.
How are you?
Okay, I just got home from a celebration of life from a friend of the family, so
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry to hear that, man. That stinks.
yep. So I had to take care of that first.
Well, of course.
Yep.
Of course.
Sorry
So,
about it. Sinuses are not my friend.
yeah, and Fragarak is I guess just the answer in here, right? The actual weapon from Temple of Elemental Evil there, Rick. We're talking about the Swords of Answering. It just says answerer.
Oh yes.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's got it good.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So there's names for it. Where did you my question is, where did you locate which name goes to which alignment? Because I never was able to find it.
Actually, I believe, God, I'm trying to remember. I think it might have actually been even a 5e book.
Oh, okay.
Dungeon Master Guide 2024, page 313. So you might have gotten them from there. Yep.
Yeah.
Original
I do.
12.
I'm very
Okay.
meticulous about citing all my sources.
Oh, yeah,
so
you
it's
cite
probably
it there.
in there.
So, yep.
Yeah.
And the Temple of Elemental Evil, page 127. So,
See,
yeah,
I agree
so,
there, Sam. In Earth Journal 12 QA with Gygax, he says that Fragarak should be lawful good, and CG is a typo. Yeah, that's the way I had it, but that's okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Hey,
all
nothing wrong with that. You can always change an alignment around of another one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd do the same thing.
Absolutely. I have Lord Page in my campaign has Scather, but Scather is chaotic neutral in mine, so
Yeah.
so doesn't matter. So, but they're really cool items. You do not want to fight someone who gets multiple attacks per round, and they're going to get, if you attack them, they get a bonus attack in old school that hits. I don't know if that's the way it works in 5th edition, but I mean, so if they already get 2 attacks per round, they're getting 3, and the first one's automatically hitting because that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Really crazy.
In my campaign, there's the sort of Thrommel that's Thrommel never got. That was made for him, but he never got a chance to wield it before he disappeared. So it's a whole +5 Holy Avenger with some extra cool top things on top, and that was given to Katarina when she became a marshal of Furyundi. She was given that sword. So now she has it.
But now
wields
in
it.
576 in our publications, you're going to give it to them.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll see what
Down the road. Yes.
Yeah, because I had it that Fragarash was the sword that was lost when he disappeared, so to speak. But but there was another one that was made for him that wasn't ready. So that was
The sword was
give it up.
kept until Yep, and that's what they found. Apart from Paladin's article from Dragon. Yes, it was, Dennis. Good to see you. Good to see you. I know you were reaching out to me, man. Let me know when you can come on again on a Sunday so we can get a nice stream going with you. All right, so we've been bouncing around with a lot of items so far. Rick, is there one that you want a unique magic item named or not, but that you really love that you'd want to? And if we already discussed it, I'll just say, hey, we already discussed that. So,
Time Glass of the Mage has always been one of
What
my
is it?
favorites. Time Glass of the Mage.
okay.
Oh, we haven't discussed that one.
What page is that on? Do you know?
Page, I don't have it in front of me right now.
We'll
me
see
look.
if we can find it here.
Yeah, it's not under weapons, so it's going to be in the
It's
miscellaneous.
a wondrous item.
Wonder, so it's near the end.
Yeah, probably in the middle because wondrous items is right in the middle. I'm
Okay.
scrolling through my stuff right now to see
right.
if I can get it.
All right.
I actually have the InDesign up because I'm actually putting the last bit of layouts onto this. So I'm
Very cool.
finalizing the layout so it can go
So
up.
much stuff. So much.
So many hours.
There's Tomb of the Black Card. It's got to be before that, right? Nope, it's not there.
No,
There's-
Tome is Time
yeah,
Glass,
but
TI.
Teeth is right after. Tempest Horns right after that, so it's not there.
Page
That's
80.
artifact. Okay, that was an artifact.
Page
That's why.
80.
Thank you. Yes, I
Yep.
will. I will figure out how to, get around this a little bit easier.
Justinus Wand of Viscus Globs is in there. There's even a picture for it.
Time Glass of the Maid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, from
Mhm.
Valley of the Mage. It's
Oh.
but it's also from the Greyhawk Adventures hardcover book.
Yes. Yep.
Yep.
In fact, this one allows you to, yeah, you can cast a second spell with it. You can restore youth. It's not, uh, can you do,
Yep, there it is.
yeah, you can age your time stop. You can do that, but it really, and the charges are not, it's not rechargeable if I recall. Once the charges are gone, it's
This
gone.
version, because it's using 5e rules
Right.
in this version, it's rechargeable. It regains 1d6 plus 2 expended charges daily at dawn. If you expend the last charge on a d20 roll, you roll 20. If you roll a 20, you get 1d6 plus 1 extra charges back onto it.
Huh.
On a 1, however, it shatters into useless fragments. So
Okay.
don't roll a 1, whatever you do.
Very cool. Yeah, this is definitely in Greyhawk Adventures too, as well.
Yep.
Yep. So Wonder
Tons
Sign.
of stuff in there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just it was groundbreaking it for its time because it was just, hey, we got so much named stuff. All right.
Mhm.
So it requires attunement by sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. So you can't just pick it up and go, oh, I'm going to use it.
Yep. You have to have an understanding of the arcane arts in one way or another, whether it be a patron, natural talent, or study.
Very cool. Alrighty, that's a good one.
Mhm. Yeah, that's
Got one, Mike, for us?
Well, here's one that caught my eye earlier today: the oozing trident of Azeradian,
Ooh, good call. That's a Death
which is
Knight
a
item.
Gary Holian item.
Yep, that's one of his Death Knight items.
What page is that on in here? It's got to be under weapons, right? So that's
It's either going to be weapons or artifacts, and I got to remember which one to put it in.
so it's under oozing, right? Oh, so it will come down. The problem is
I
it
mean,
goes.
you rarely get tridents, right?
Yeah, you really
Outside of
don't.
White Plume Mountain.
Which Death Knights is it?
That's Mere Hall.
Here's the Mesa St. Cuthbert. M O O.
It's in weapons, I think, because I'm an orb, so it's in weapons.
Which is
It's up
before
above.
this?
Yeah. Oh, weapons is at the top.
Oh, the very top. Okay, I'll figure
Yeah,
this
I'm
out.
I'm scrolling my way up there
It's
now.
so big, man. I mean, as you can see, it takes forever to reset. So,
There is 196 pages to this thing.
yeah.
Okay, page 17.
All right, I'm real close.
And as you notice, as Jay's going through, it's very easy to skip over pages. This thing is so massive.
Yeah. Yep.
But the thing is, you're going to have a pretty much a one-stop shop for every magic item you've ever wanted.
I just note it's in 5th edition, which is okay. Here it is, Oozing Trident of Azeradian. Weapon Trident, very rare. +3 in hit and damage. Acid resistance, does acid extra damage. Speak a one-word command to create. Oh, so you can overtake some. There's Vitriolic Sphere as well, which I love that spell in 1e2.
Oh, yeah.
So it's in Dragon 291, Demogorgon's Champions, the Death Knights Part 2, page 97. That's by Gary, correct? Very
Correct.
cool. Oh, so there you go.
Good call,
Nice.
Mike.
Good one.
Mm-hmm.
So what edition era is that in with that dragon? Is that third?
Must
Third.
be third. Yeah,
Third.
That's
third.
during third.
because they
Death Knights article.
That's Living Greyhawk era 3rd edition.
yeah,
Nice.
because they got the write-ups in the Living Greyhawk Gazetteer.
Yep.
Or and no, the Living Greyhawk journals and Dragon and Gazetteer. They came out that era.
Yep.
So it's a magic item that back when it was wielded by the name sake of the trident, it must have did something different, because now with the Death Knight wielding it, it like oozes and has this acidic properties and does acidic things. So it's like, what did it used to do?
Yeah.
I'd be interested to find out what Gary would say about that one.
Yeah,
If he-
we want to follow right up about
Yeah.
that. Yep. The whole story and how it evolved both mechanically and thematically in campaign story. Yeah.
We haven't. I don't know if Gary's lurking or not, but that's okay. So I understand. I just wanted to give Ed a shout out for the Magister when he a unique some which can definitely absolutely. Are the regalia of Mike Greyhawk specific? Calstev says. You remember
In
What's
that
that?
the orbs of
Reg-
dragon kind are
regalia of might?
probably.
Yeah,
the
that
Regalia
was.
of Might. Guess what?
Yeah.
The Regalia of Might, it's in here.
We talked about it a little bit because you have regalia
Yeah.
of might, you have the regalia of evil, neutrality, good, and then you had the ones that
Rick,
for
give me a page,
instance,
man. Suddenly just
yeah, the
blatantly
Thayer
looking
parts
around.
and
Regalia
stuff
of
that.
Might. Okay. Let me
Yeah, they
scroll
all
here.
seem to be tied into the same thematic, and Gary was riffing off and use it in the Thayer parts, and it's all very similar.
Now you won't be there. No, with the
Idea.
resub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's going to be in the what I called the
Wonders.
Must be artifacts, right?
composite items.
Oh,
All right.
Composite items are items that work together with other items to become stronger.
Okay. What
They
page we
are
got?
either artifacts or legendary. I'm getting to that and
Okay.
scrolling.
Is that magic item book available to Carthen?
It's going to
will
be probably. I'm working on getting the last bit of the layouts done. So yeah, it is going to be available here soon.
Yep.
I'm finishing the last bit of layouts. I am in
So
artifacts,
see this
which
as a
is Jay would
sneak
tell you.
peek teaser. Yeah.
Dennis,
Yeah.
just refresh it, man. Just refresh.
Okay, there's a
It'll-
regalia of might, evil, page 175.
Once you go through this one, it'll be good from this point on with the resub. Yeah, I know it sucks, but I'm almost there. All right, let me switch back here. 175, you said?
175.
Yeah. I'm in the resource list here, so it must be different in
Oh
mine.
wait, it must. Yeah, it's it. Sorry, allergies not fun.
Yeah. Yeah, 175 goes into the resources for me.
Okay, let me breathe here a second.
Take your time.
I'm having a really bad allergy attack, as you can tell.
I hate that, man. When you get the tickle cough and there's nothing you can do about it,
Yep.
and you go
Yep.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate that. I hate that.
Okay, keep going. You were passing Traveler's Friend and everything like that. I opened up the same copy you've got on a PDF. It's opening now, so.
Yeah.
Loading, please wait.
Yep.
Oh, here we are. Composite right here. Ours of Blades of
Okay,
Chorus.
composite. You get past the Blades of Karusk.
Your Edge. Cup of
Yep, you'll
Talisman.
get past
Yeah,
the
we're almost there.
Talisman.
We're almost there.
Yep.
Flesh Eater. No. Doom Grind. Oh. It's better looking than the other one.
Yeah, you said that one. You'd said that. You're like, oh, thank God. At least he made the picture look good.
Yeah, at least it
Yep.
looks. High Hand of Vecna.
Okay, mine just
Infinity
started loading now.
Wand, Stone of Life, Gem, Soul Gem, Mace, Talisman of Crevel.
Once it, yep, you're almost
There we go.
Yep.
There we go. Regalia Might right there.
Yep.
Yeah, he's done a really good
Yes.
job with this, Public. He really
Yeah.
has. Yep. Dennis, we're just scrolling looking for the Regalia Might. You didn't miss anything, and now it won't come back on. Once you're subbed, it won't come back on. So there you go. There you go. Thanks, man. It's good. Thank you. With that prime. So. Yep. Okay. So these three separate artifacts possess great power, and even greater power when used together. So nice. Ick. Crown, the orb, and the scepter.
Sorry, Puppet Dad. The head of Vecna, I thought about putting it in there, but the idea was not originally mine, so I did not put it in there.
Plus, there's other things. Yeah. I mean, isn't in Die Vecna Die? Aren't there multiple parts of Vecna? It gets a little crazy in that adventure.
Oh God, yeah. There's
Yeah.
left finger of Vecna. There's a whole
Yeah,
bunch of
there.
weird
Yeah. Hmm.
ear of Vecna.
Foreskin, right? No.
I was leaving that one alone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought about it. And I'm like, no, don't do that.
Why not? We're in
That
one of
might
those
not
kind of.
go that well on DM's Guild. Yeah.
that that's good reason right there.
Definitely. All right.
The one reason it doesn't get on.
So,
Yeah.
in history, has anyone had these three together that we know of?
No,
Not
but
that I'm aware of.
it's part of. If you read the Gord books, you get like a set of. Well, because these are thematically the same. They just came out like there's one set in the Dungeon Master's Guide, and there's another bunch of them came out in. Then Gary used that a version of that for the Gord books, and then they published versions of it for third edition. That came out in Dragon Magazine, I think, and then in third edition they did the alignment-based one with the different alignments and stuff, and they're kind of based on the same idea but different interpretations and executed differently over the years. That's my take on where these things come from, so to speak.
Okay.
And the third edition had a bunch of them.
Well, it sounds like there's regalias of good and neutrality too. So there's three different sets.
They came third edition era. They made them as well, and then so yeah.
Oh my!
It started out with the evil, nasty ones, and then spread out for what about the other ones? And yeah,
There is a regalia in there, however,
mm-hmm.
that is only received maybe less than a paragraph ever in publication.
Okay.
It's called Regalia of the Overking. It's
yes, exactly. I was like, yes, that's so
the Regalia of the Overking, and I did a lot of work in there and research.
Oh, that's so cool. I love. Thank you, Rick, because
yep,
that's like
I put
what I
in.
see.
Yep, I put in a lot of the stuff.
Yeah.
The history behind the Great Kingdom is a lot of the history of the Great Kingdom.
I love that you put in the Malachite throne itself. I love that you put that in there too, because that's an artifact of Bite too. That is
I put a lot of stuff that had never had stats in it before, and that's my whole that was my biggest thing. I will very honestly say there is a lot of stuff in here that is compiled from other stuff that I went and just converted it over.
Yeah.
But I was very specific when I wrote this. I listed all of my sources. There are things that are copy pasted in from previous stuff, but if you look at the text from those, rewriting those would be, in my opinion, a disservice to the original item. So I kept in a lot of the original text. I wanted people to still get the feel of what this item was back in first and second edition. I wanted them to be able to look and go, okay, cool. Well, yeah, he did kind of copy paste this text in, but all these stats are new. What did he do?
Yeah.
He did research, a lot of it, to make it happen.
Yep.
And please, I think you're going to make this pay what you want on there, correct?
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah. It's pay what you want. I think it'll like be maybe $1, kind of what they did some of the other stuff on. I think that maybe $1 or 50 cents is what DM's Guild puts it as the very minimum, unless you put it as free. I'm going to put it as a pay you want what you want. So if you're like, okay, well, I just want to read it first, put nothing in. I don't care.
The minimum payment, I think, was so that it could eventually be printed, right?
Yeah. You have to have something in there for it to eventually be printed, because I don't think they do free stuff for a print on demands.
Yeah, so you have to.
Yeah, so you have to have a pay what you want. But yeah, if you want put nothing in. If you look at the book, you're like, well, I'm not going to put anything now, so I'm going to put nothing. And then you decide down the road, dude, this thing's amazing. You want put in what you want. Put in 20. Put in whatever. You're not,
right.
It doesn't matter to me. I did it because it's a fan service. I wanted people to have a one-stop shop book that could just go all magic items, all artifacts, one spot.
Yeah. Oh,
And Mike, I was gonna say Mike had a lot of influence in this stuff too because of his GREYHAWKery. And you are listed a lot in here, Mike, for a lot of the stuff that you've
Well,
done.
yes,
That's so
yeah.
cool.
Speaking of Greyhawkery, I was going to say if you run out of interesting stuff in that book you want to talk about, we can talk about items we've created ourselves. I have a
Yeah.
few of those.
I've done, Mike, go
Yeah.
for it, because I've done that. I already talked about all the Varnafane weapons
Okay.
and Amnestria's spear. I've gone that route. So what do you got?
Yeah, let me see if I can find one here then.
Yeah,
I've got
please.
ones that aren't in here either too, so I'll load those up too.
Yeah,
'Cause,
of
some
course.
of
We
these
can
are
do
from my.
some of that fun. We only got 18 minutes to go, so let's crank it up.
Shit. Okay, here's one that you'll like, Jay.
Yeah.
This is the Dust of Abi Dalzim.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right, so let me do this. You're gonna hear double up for a second, so I can bring it up here. So let me go Twitch here. I'm gonna have my own stream up on my stream, so and then I'm going to quickly, I'm going to mute that, and I'm going to go there, and now we got it up here. All right. The Dust of Abi Dalzim. So different types. Look at that. Hard wilting,
yeah.
withering. Oh, dude. Oh my God. What date is
Yep.
this? Oh my God, dude. You shouldn't have showed me this. Oh my
Oh, yeah.
God. Oh my God, I'm going to use this
Specifically
stuff.
showed you that.
What's that?
Mike is like the master of
Oh
that.
my
Oh, I
gosh.
knew you would like it most.
Yeah.
Holy jeez. It's not that old, 2020, right there at the beginning of COVID. Oh my
There you go.
gosh.
There's another item for you, Jay. I just sent you the lists from the stuff of some of my campaigns. Shadow
Yep.
Sept.
Give me a second
Yeah,
here.
and also I found an item. I just realized when we started the show that I don't think is in your book, and that's the banner of Almor that is mentioned in
It
the
is
living Greyhawk Gazetteer.
Yep.
Yep.
The only reason that I didn't is because I wasn't sure of its powers.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's only talked
Yeah,
about. There's no stated nothing. It's
exactly.
like the crown of Erdi. It's just
Yeah.
hinted at. So yeah.
Yeah.
That is
I
like
found a couple more of
missing.
those.
Yeah, it's missing in chat hole. No one found it. That's
Yeah, I
that's
found
all
more of
there
those
is.
too in the old
Yeah.
the old Fiend Sage articles of Sean Reynolds.
But you should
There's a whole bunch
mention
of
it.
items.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
the
you
Fiend
should
Sage.
you should mention
Whoops,
the
I gotta
banner of
close
Almor.
that.
Yeah.
That one's gotta get closed out.
Like give it
that-
some like bardic almost inspirational
Brett.
abilities or something like that. So
That's-
when you
that's
race
a good
it, then you
call.
can like within a mile you get like a bonus on like a advantage on fear saves and or stuff like that. So or something if you within sight of it or something like that. So yeah.
Okay.
So you're too nice. I got back to Mike here real quick, and then we'll do rings.
Yeah.
You're too nice here. This Dust of Withering's got if they fail their saves, got to wither a limb off, man.
It's 5e, so what can you do?
Well, I'll change it. I may use this within the next 2 weeks. So if any of you are players, you're in trouble. So some of this. Oh.
I have another one for you, Jay.
Oh look! Oh my gosh! So March 12th of 2020, Mike, I'm definitely going to use some of these into my post. Responding. it's 5 years ago. Oh my God. Oh, duh. Holy jeez.
It's soon.
Oh my God. That shows you how much I'm multitasking here. Let me get Rick's up here real quick, and then we'll go back to Mike while we're having fun here at the end here. Age of Worms Aftermath campaign. These are all made up for you, right?
Yep, these are all from my campaign.
So it's okay if I use them on my own and don't do anything on them monetarily. I can use these, correct?
Yeah, you can use them all you want. I might eventually put them up, but
yeah, I may.
They'll probably end up going up.
I would give
There's
you
some
credit.
fun
I
ones.
always give people credit for items, always. So Angry Toothpick, nice.
Yep. Oh God, that was my
Oh,
girlfriend's
Melf.
character. She wasn't at the time.
Melf has this. Melf traded it.
Melf traded the bow. Actually, he had that bow. Originally designed for the young prince Melf Brightflame during the Hateful Wars.
There you go. Yeah.
There's a lot of lore in my campaign. You're going to find that out as you read these items.
So, do we ask Rick for permission for this for our publication, Anna? and he can
Oh
be wielding this
yes,
now.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Rick, I'll talk to you
Yeah.
about it.
Okay.
Considering it's with Luke and Melf.
Yeah.
Yeah, you become an official Melf item credited to you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Nice.
All right, that's cool. I'll go through. My God, there's a ton of stuff in here. We'll go through these at Heward's Loot of the Unsung Dirge. Lightning Sword of Aka.
Yep, that's already covered in the that one, the lightning sword and such. Those are covered already in the Magic Item Compendium. Those are directly from Age of Worms.
Foe Biter.
Foe Biter is just nasty. And
Great
if there's a
axe.
couple of these, you're going to find Company of 7 links.
Oh, okay, cool. Sorry,
one I
everyone.
think-
I have it and you don't. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You're
audience.
the only one who has
Rick,
it. Yep.
Rick, if he wants to be charitable, could link it somewhere.
The one I think I would get a lot of more insight and more people interested as well. De'Aaron's Deflecting Bulwark.
See, I love Darren's.
Oh, and
Yep.
thank
I
you,
love Darren's
Malden,
stuff.
Dennis, for this list. Link us that. That's awesome. Yep.
Oh, cool. Well, I'll show them in a second. I promise. We may run a little late here.
De'Aaron's is on page 5.
There you go. Fortunately, unique aesthetic ally is the bulk is round shield designed for throwing. It sounds like Captain America's shield.
Yep. My daughter. She wanted a Captain America shield. No.
Oh, you said you talked about this earlier the other time. Oh, that's
yes.
cool.
Yes, I did.
Nice.
This is the actual item. You're looking at it right now. This is the stats for it in 5e.
Do you have to be lawful good to wield it?
No, you don't technically have to be lawful good, but the thing is, it was an item that originally did belong to a lawful good god.
Sure.
So the item is also, if I remember correctly, it's intelligent. It's a neutral good, actually. It's a neutral good item. It speaks can't talk today. Oeridian and Common.
Oh, it's got a lot of information on it.
Yep.
Alrighty. Awesome.
Yep, tons of fun stuff with that one. And there's a ton of fun stuff in there.
Where am I? All right, Mike, what do we got? Do we got a link again? Did you relink?
Yeah.
All right, here we go again.
Right here.
All right,
This is an old one from Cannon Fire.
Let me bring this up real quick and then bring Malden's up at the same time so I don't have to do this twice. Give me 1 second. I'm going to break the matrix doing this. All right, so where's Malden's? There's Malden's.
Mm-hmm.
And here is Mike's. Okay, I'll close that out. All right, the Dagger of Misfortune.
So this is an item. If you want to get rid of Venerian Vord, give Eric this dagger.
Oh, widely known in Shadow Underbelly as the Dagger of Ralashaz.
Oh God.
So
awesome.
It's a plus.
Oh, nice, Ancient Gamer. I just saw your post.
5% chance to strike its own accord automatically. Even once a Dagger of Misfortune acts unpredictably. All right, you know what? I am. There you go. I am making sure that I favorited that page. Why would I want to get rid of Venerian Ford?
I don't know.
But
I know how you like to.
I could mess with him a bit, right?
Yeah.
Could mess around.
It's a cursed item.
Well, yeah, it's perfect, but he's going to be at page, so who knows? This item may make an appearance at page. I just got to remember. That's why I'm writing all this down. So yeah, absolutely. Dagger of Misfortune, very cool. All right, Dennis, let's see what you got here. All righty. Charger one shot web capsules. So that's it throws web spells. That's cool. Black Pearl of Alignment. Pearl Master the Alignment. I like that. Black Ice Blade. Created from Stygian ice. They're unbreakable. That's cool. Fire Cloak. Oh wow, it has a fire shield on it permanently. That's a little nutty.
Hey, Jay, if you want to take a quick peek thing here. You want
Uh-oh.
to see the original? You want to see the original owner of De'Aaron's
Yeah,
deflecting
sure.
board? Get your face in here, you dork! Run away!
She doesn't want. She does not want to.
Chase her with the camera.
That's funny.
You have to turn off the
Probably have to
background
poison the
hiding,
deck.
otherwise
Yeah,
you.
Spell
Yeah.
focus.
I noticed that too.
The Mask of Igwolf. What the hell's that?
Oh, that sounds
Holy
awesome.
shit, Dennis. What is that? I believe Igwolf did not create it, but rather acquired it. Mask is composed of a thin, unbreakable ceramic, glazer below pattern. See page 55, return to 8. Yep. Mask attaches itself firmly and can only be removed if it so wills it or dies. Once per day to wear. Suggestion command charm person. Charm monster demand. Each week use apparently lowers comeliness by 1 point to a low of 6. Oh, that's wrong. None of the ladies in my campaign would ever wear that because they're not sacrificing comeliness points or anything. So really cool. Oh, here comes another one. See the Ashen Staff. Here's another one. Rain of Colorless Fire down here.
Yep.
So that he has.
Full
So
circle.
Those things are irresistibly interesting
Yeah.
from GREYHAWK lore, so to speak. So they come back.
well, thank you.
Yeah, actually, Dennis had helped me a ton with the Bringer of Doom, which is actually in the Magic Item Compendium as well.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. We had collaborated on that one back in Oerth Journal.
You said Bringer of Doom, and my brain went right to Doom Grinder, and I'm like, no.
Oh, but not all Doom is
yeah.
grinding.
Not all Doom is
not all Doom is
equivalent to Doom.
grinding. Yes. So, oh my gosh. Well, good. See, you've all given me some really nasty ideas to use against player characters now. One that's 5 years ago I said I was going to do, and now I'm going to, because these dusts are awesome. It's going to fit perfectly too in the game. I can't wait. Oh, wouldn't that be great for me to melt off some limbs and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be. All right, so let's. Last thing we'll do tonight. Where's that Bringer of Doom? What page is that on there, Rick? Do you know?
Let me see if
For
I
you
can
and
find
Malden
it
jointly.
really quick.
By the way, this is like part one. We're going to do a Gabbin when Rick's able to be on for the whole time on a Sunday, end of the month. Sometime.
And we also, Rick, when this is
released.
launching on DM's Guild, we should have you on again. So
that's what we're going to do. Yeah, we're going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going to be probably releasing it really soon.
Oh, that's
I'm just
good.
Going over.
Yeah.
I'm going over the last little bits.
I have Ed on this
trying to make
Sunday.
sure.
I got Paige on the next Sunday after that. So the earliest I have opens the 22nd. So on
I'm
Sundays.
scrolling right now.
Okay, just tell me the
thing's
page.
Taking its sweet time.
Any questions from the audience? Hopefully, this has been a fun one. I know we're running. We started late, but we had a really great meeting with Luke on our Melf project. It's coming together, and we're having a lot of fun.
Okay, I'm narrowing in on the page. It's starting to load. So let me get to it here. Bringer of Doom. On mine, it's 95. You might need to search yours.
Okay. Look at that. I almost guessed.
Make it sure.
Well, here's D's. B, D. Baba Yaga, C.
Getting there.
Crook of Ral. Bronze. Bringer of Doom.
What?
Right,
There you are. You got it.
All right. So this is in the Star Cairns. I knew I heard of it before.
Nope. Actually, this one is an old Sewell artifact.
Oh, okay. Because the reference here is Star Cairns, page 38 is here, and Earth Journal 22, Origins of the Twin Cataclysms, page 27. So there's
that's every mention of it.
That's a mention of it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Every mention of it ever. And this is one of the few items in here that actually has an Oerth Journal article. None of the rest have Oerth Journal stuff, but the only reason this one does is because it was already mentioned before.
Right.
And I could not, in good conscience, not put it in since Malden and I put so much work.
That's
into
awesome.
The thing.
That is great to see. So this is another Invoke Devastation item.
Yes.
They're just walking around like, normal, like white bread. They're everywhere. No, just kidding.
Right.
So, all right. How does this destroy everything? Involves extra planar activity. Large areas of
And
one
it's
plane can temporarily transpose over another, effectively producing a major planar bleed. Oh.
so basically the effects of one plane cascading all over on top of another.
Oh my gosh.
And it also is a meta magic booster. So it boosts spells, which that's the soul. That, you know, there is a picture of it. I actually put a picture of it in there too. I thought it was the closest I could find of a picture that would represent it.
Is it any of those?
Yep, that's that box, the second one
Oh,
on the left.
Do you see my link, Jay?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and bring
It's a
that one up.
box. It's a box with a button on it.
It's a box with a button on it. This looks like one of the 3 boxes in that Justice League one where what's his name, Steppenwolf, which was
Mother box.
yeah,
Yeah.
putting them together. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you know, really cool.
Or maybe it's a Hellraiser box.
All of those things were considered.
One more time. Come over here. Go here. It's okay, and go here. That's the wrong one. Like that's the comic one. Is that the one? I thought this one, right? You linked that
Yeah, the comic.
and the comic. You linked also
Yeah.
this Narol thing. I thought that's what you were talking about.
No, I think that was someone else.
Oh, was it? Okay. Someone linked this black banner of Narol.
That was Patrick.
Oh, Patrick did?
Yep.
Patrick
Yeah,
wrote
Patrick
that.
did.
Ugh. I never saw this before, Patrick. Let me bookmark this one too.
Yeah,
Buster
Cannon
Bud
Fire.
or Farkland. Do you know who Farkland is? Rick, do you know?
Farkloon, let me look.
Don't know. Let me add this to favorites at the bottom as well. Okay.
Okay, Farkloon was the person who posted it.
Right.
That's just
but
the
the
admin.
author is Buster Bud.
Okay. All right, cool.
We have our own
Oh,
names
look
on
at that.
Campfire.
There you go. As Mike has a comic on it.
Of course.
Behold the bringer of doom. What do you expect of me? Push the button, looks like a trap to me. It just brings doom, honest. Yes.
Why
Yep.
are there so many Thurisdan related items?
Oh my gosh. Buster Bud was your nick? So that's yours, Patrick? That's your item. Is that what you're telling us?
Yeah.
That's awesome, Mike.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Yep, 2004.
I did not know that, Patrick. You just taught me something. Very cool. I got it bookmarked in my list now, so it brings, yeah, that's awesome. Look, we can do this all night. I mean, we could literally go for like I could do a 24-hour stream on items. The GREYHAWK now.
Well, yeah. Yeah,
I
guess
could.
We should
you
probably
definitely could.
24 hours. We could probably cover more than that topic. But
Oh
yeah.
my, yeah. I mean, just it's crazy how much you've done, man, and we really, the community really appreciates it. That is
Yeah.
crazy.
Mhm.
Absolutely
Yep,
nuts, man.
That's why I was telling everybody, it's like I put the whole thing together. I was very specific to put, like I said, compiled. Because there's a lot of stuff in there that I took it directly from the original item. I put it in the original flavor text
Right.
and created all new stats for it, or took the old stats and severely updated them to 5e. In a lot of cases, you're gonna laugh, Jay. The 1e and 2e items were the easiest to convert to
Of course.
Mhm.
boom, done.
Yeah.
The 3-5 items with extra stat boosts and everything like that.
That can be
Those
tricky, I
took me
guess.
the longest amount of time to do.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
love 3-5. I like 5e.
Mhm.
I don't think there's any edition I haven't liked. So, but I've done conversions of items for so long and characters that
I'm with you, Rick, because when each new edition have come, I've always seen something new, cool with it. So
Yes.
that's yeah. And then when the next one has come out, I see some new cool with that too. And so
Yeah.
yeah.
We promise to
Even in
announce
f-
the release. Okay. Well, you'll know when it's
Oh.
announced. You know it's when it's
Oh.
released.
it will be announced on Cannon Fire. It will be announced on the Cannon Fire Discord. It'll be announced on the Grey
Right.
Grimoires Discord. It will be announced on Piazza. It will be all
Yeah.
over the place.
We'll do that.
I have multiple people who are asking me to make sure that I make sure it's posted.
Mhm.
And I'm like, yeah, I'll have the whole basic lineup set up. Jay can tell you that when I sent out the uh, community review version, there was like a long blurb above the whole thing to tell everybody it was coming.
Absolutely. And
Mike
please
got
note,
the same blurb.
let me say something right now that's been going on out there. So some of you are going to go, well, how's this not different than what's been going on with the plagiarism instance with Nulb? Okay, if you all know about that. The difference is Rick is compiling this for the community and referencing where everything is, and it's converted to stock to 5th edition for use, and not charging. You could get this for 0. All right, that's what the difference is. It's a huge difference. All right. I just note, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just go to Grok Ronard's post on it on his YouTube.
Oh yeah, he did a
And
video
watch.
of
Okay.
it. Yeah,
I
I
am
just saw it
firmly
this morning.
in the position that, and forewarned you guys have all seen me freak out on the Campfire Discord last night. That it's completely bad, but I just don't want this community being tainted by it. That's what my worry is. And stuff like that Rick has done, man, it's just gold, right?
And I have honestly, that is why I've been saying compiled by. It does not say written by first. It says compiled by on purpose. That is completely intentional.
Yeah.
If you go to the end, Jay, you've seen the PDF.
Yep.
If you go to the end, I have listed every cited source. I've listed every author of every item that has ever done anything with this stuff.
100%.
It's all there.
Yep.
Every author that I can list. Now, I will tell you, when I got to the Dragon magazines, I had to put various authors because otherwise we'd be adding another like 100 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
and that includes stuff that I had in Dungeon and Dragon type stuff too. I didn't cite myself in it either. I'm like, no, various authors works. As long as I nail the major publications, I made sure I get all the every item where it came from. I get you the source where it came from. You have everything. You have everything. There's no I can't talk today. No obfuscation about this.
Yeah, and that's the difference. So, let's do some shout outs here. I really appreciate everyone coming on and knowing that we were going to be running a little late tonight. And note that there won't be a Legends of the Lord next Wednesday. I'm not going to be home at like 10 o'clock next week. So, unfortunately, and I don't think, because I got an extra bonus stream on Monday. So, we'll talk about that in a second for next week. So, we will have, yeah. So, Mike, what is up?
What's up?
What's up? You got.
I got a comic as always.
Nice.
So it's the latest installment of my Underdark themed storyline.
Is that a slod?
No, that's Kuotoa.
Oh, it's a Kotoa.
Oh.
But let's see, my Pearland game yesterday was canceled, but that was okay because we were between adventures. They're just now venturing into 5th level, so I'm getting very close to putting them through the Risden module. Because 1E and 5E is a difference. I think they can go in low level on that. Because
best of luck.
Yeah.
Best of luck.
But otherwise, just hanging out.
Very cool, Mike. Anna, what's up?
I haven't posted anything new really. There will be. I'm trying to wrap up the rivers, and that is the main thing on the new. Well, Shieldlands will be the first one, but it will be coming out soon. It's very soon ready. A couple of more days of work, and it will be ready for texturing. And I think it will look cool. It's basically the whole of Shieldlands in 50 feet per pixel. resolution. So it's starting to get there, and I'm starting to, oh, that's the place where this is, and so on, and it's really, really cool. So if you want a sneak peek, going on Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific, that's 9 p.m. Eastern. So I will on my Twitch, and I will work on it for 2 hours. Then you get a good chance. So you can ask question, I can show stuff as well. So it's starting to get there, and I will also start I've got so tied up with this cool stuff that I just felt I needed to tweak it. And I also realize how I can make it faster and easier next time. So since this is the first in the series, so to speak, but the new generation of GREYHAWK maps is taking shape big time. So, and there will be also more on Hawktails, because I'm going to a convention in a month, and there I will be presenting both some rules, run a game, and have a seminar and a whole bunch of stuff. So I want to have a series of articles coming out in the next month leading up to it that I can then use as seminar material for the seminar there. So that will be sprinkled out over the next month. And there's also some more heraldry coming. That's, yeah. And also next week I will be on the Guild Superiors game again next week on Tuesday. Yep.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Rick, guess on a date for this?
Well, I'm working on the last bit of the layouts. I'm working on the last bit of the layouts. I'm kind of changing a little bit with the layout. I'm taking away that jagged edge, if you look on the text of it, to where it looks sloppy. I want the justified look to where it's nice and clean, nice columns. So when you go to read it, it's very easy to read. That should help a lot. But I'm in artifacts now, so that should tell you that I'm about halfway through that.
Right.
I'm going to double check my graphics, make sure that everything looks good, lines up, and then it should be going up. I'm hoping this next week. So I'm hoping I'm going to get it up this next week. That's barring in case I find any other errors that are way glaring. I'm okay with it going up with a couple small errors, because
Right.
I can always take down an old and put the new one up.
Yep. Always
And
have
then I'll
revision.
just inform everybody changes have been made.
Fantastic. Thanks for coming on. I know you had some difficulty tonight with
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
something like
yeah.
that. So.
I got to be back up at 6 a.m. for a double.
Oh.
Yep.
All right, so real quick, I'll show you some pics here. I'm doing the Halls of Lidless Shabbath high level. Yes, as you can see, some nice close-ups here with the group fighting. Whether this happens or not, maybe it's a false flag, but there you go. So we got some underground. Use some of the same terrain I had out on Saturday with some changes. Got some big nasties up. So that we're continuing this. This is super high level characters for my campaign. We actually 15th level, 14th, 13th, some lowers, but yeah, there's a lot of high level characters, and that's tomorrow night, 7:30, and then Saturday morning. What's that? 10 o'clock. Mystery of the Swamp with the Champion of Avon group, Coco, Tim, Korg, and Star. In that one, Sunday night, Ed is back for There Be Dragons, introducing elements beyond the campaign focus. That'll be a deep talk. I'm just going to let Ed talk. I'm just going to sit and listen, I think.
That could be fun.
Yeah,
Yep.
and then we go into next week where there will be no stream on Wednesday, but Monday night I have a session 0 of 2 brand new players, Rogue Chick and Bella's Deadly, going to be playing the next Saturday with some of my
is there a holiday next?
What?
No, next Wednesday.
I'm next Wednesday. I have a thing I have to do. I won't be home till like 10 o'clock.
Good. Okay,
yeah, so
gotcha.
next Wednesday,
Yep.
unfortunately, yes, is one of those.
Yep.
More Ed,
no
you
worries.
got it.
Yep.
So that's
good.
We got Rogue Chicken Bella's Deadly joining a group. First time they are 5e players. They've never played old school. In fact, Bella's like, yeah, I'd love to bring my tiefling over. I'm like, no. I'm like, no, this is great. Trust me, you'll have plenty of options on cool characters. So, and that'll be it. And then we'll talk about next week. Then lots going on. And then, we have the 24-hour stream on July 5th. All right, let's see who wins the giveaway. And then we're going to raid in the Stronghold tonight. All right.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
So.
we've gone overtime, and I have a little guy here who
Yep,
he knows
yep.
the clock. He knows what time it is.
Absolutely,
and
and
he's
that's
been nagging me, saying it's dog park time. Here.
last call, exclamation point drawing. I'm going to close it out in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's going to be choice of 2 tonight, and the winner tonight is Lucitios. You are the winner, as long as you're on the claim.
Congratulations.
Is that
Congrats.
Lucidius or Locutus?
Locutus of Borg.
Yeah.
Lucidios, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. I hack everything. So he's on. He's in the chat list. So we're good. Yes, of course. Thank you all. I will. I'll see you all tomorrow night, 7:30. Enjoy the rest of the evening and enjoy the rest of the week. We got a lot of streams coming up. Rick, thanks for coming on. Mike and Anna, thank you for a great stream, and thanks for your patience, Mike, on us coming on late.
Yeah.
So let me hit the wrong button here. This one. Yes. We'll see you all soon. Let's raid into Stronghold here. As long as I can find it. Always good. And then I got a bolt. Stronghold here. Alrighty, a nice fat number, 75, 76. Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See you tomorrow night. Have a good one. Very cool. Alright, shut this off.